I'm Elaine.
And I'm Rachel.
And welcome to
Legs Out.
And away we go. This is the podcast where we tell you about Formula One our way. The races, the cars, the drivers. We are obsessed.
And here's why you should be too.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Elaine.
Welcome to the mini-sode.
Mini-sode? I like that.
Actually, wait, I have to give credit where credit's due. I stole that from My Favorite Murder, which is also one of my favorite podcasts. I'm wearing one glove. Happy Halloween today.
Yes. We're recording on a Friday, which is unusual for us.
Yeah.
And I will say, before we press record, we were talking about that. Of course, we're going to get Red Bull news, driver news on Monday, I'm sure. We're going to release the episode and then bam, we're going to be outdated right away.
Yeah, hands down.
Since we don't have a race weekend to discuss on Sunday, we're popping on this Halloween Friday to chat with you guys.
Yeah. Welcome.
Mini-sode.
Yeah, and we've got some scary data for you.
Scary data.
Right, let me rephrase. Rachel has some scary data for you.
I, like a crazy person, decided at 11:30 last night that I needed to do the math on a conclusion that I had come to because I didn't want to have a conclusion without the data. If you would like to scream it louder from the back, the word would be nerd.
Literally, I found the spreadsheet. I was like, what is this? It's called Max sorry.
That was a Freudian slip.
Freudian, indeed. Lando versus Oscar. And I clicked it, and it's this giant color-coded spreadsheet.
I'll link it in our link tree, just in case you want to check my math, or just in case you're interested in where they placed, because I now have it all. I compiled it. Just Lando and Oscar, no one else, though as I was doing it, I was like, well, I could do this for every driver, because the data that I was interested in, since we're here, I was really interested in knowing what the average position over a weekend was versus the average position of competitive sessions. Because I had this theory that Oscar starts behind Lando in a weekend, but then by the end of the weekend, the last 4 weekends aside, is faster than him, that he compiles all the data that they take from all the sessions.
Yeah.
And so by the time we get to the competitive sessions, Oscar is ahead. I was correct. However, do you want to jump right into the scary data? Because I have this just shocking number for you. It's absolutely shocking.
Okay.
People will be flabbergasted. I have to move the 18 different hospital cords, as you called them. We're plugged in on every outlet.
We cannot move from our positions. Once we plug all of our stuff in, we're sequestered.
Yeah.
We don't get to move.
Quick plug for that. I think that we are more entertaining to listen to when you see the insane facial expressions that we have. So if you're just listening to us on audio, you can watch our video on Spotify and
Shame
on YouTube.
on you. That was aggressive.
You can still listen to our voices. They're very emphatic. They're very expressive. But our faces are even more so.
Yes.
Scary data.
Wait, let me figure out a scary song.
Monster Mash. That's what we just did.
We did the mash. It
the
was
end
the
of ballet
monster
class
mash.
2.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard smash.
The monster mash. It was scary data. Telemetry. Tell us, Rachel.
Oh, that's your best performance. I've seen you play some excellent characters, but somehow this tops them all. That is a P1 song.
The puns keep coming.
The fact that you inserted telemetry into the Monster Mash is peak F1 nerd. Oh, that makes me so delighted.
Are you so proud?
I'm so proud. I hope everyone else is as thoroughly pleased as I am.
Oh, I'm blushing a little bit, actually. Yet another reason to watch us on YouTube. My face is turning red. Oh, I have a praise kink. All right, let's keep going.
As all dancers do.
Yeah. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We're broken, but we love it. Okay.
Hopefully my math is not broken, because I will say I am not a mathematician. However, I wanted to, like I said, look at weekend position, which includes all free practices, that includes qualifying, race, sprints, everything. Every session, anything that you can top. I compiled that, and Lando is average 3.2. That's his position. Shockingly. Oscar is 3.5. So Lando is very marginally, like literally tenths. We're talking about qualifying.
Okay.
Amount of time here. Better than Oscar over an entire weekend.
Oh.
However, you then look at only competitive sessions. Lando is a 3.9 if you round up, and Oscar is a 3.5. So Oscar really does get better over a weekend. So Lando is better overall, but if you talk only competitive sessions, Oscar comes out on top.
3.9, 3.5 what's?
Oh, average position.
Oh, okay.
Average position.
Average position gained?
No, in the entire weekend. So
Oh,
I
okay.
took so say Lando is first in free practice 1, third in free practice 2, qualifying, he qualified second. In the race, he finishes first. I averaged all that for your whole weekend. And whole weekend, Lando is more competitive.
Oh.
However, if I only take sprint qualifying in the race, Oscar has a better overall position.
This is blowing my mind a little bit. I'm not going to lie.
Well, I will say it did not blow my mind as much as I hoped, because I was like, oh, it's going to be really revealing data. And then it's like, their average position is 3.
Yeah, and let me be clear. It's blowing my mind also because I'm still struggling to understand it. You're saying correct numbers to me, and I'm like, yes, numbers. Math. Whoa. It's happening.
We went from sing-along to we're back in math class. And really just a high school day. We're in costumes. I'm not. I did not get a costume together.
I did my good aerobics workout. We'll take pictures and send it later. But yeah, if this is math class, here's where Rachel is. She's up front with her notebook.
With Oscar Piastri next to me, probably.
100%. And her pencil and her second pencil right next to her, just in case the first one breaks.
And a highlighter.
Here's where I am. I'm in the back with Lando. We're slouching. One of us is probably asleep. Our backpack is slung over the edge. And then the other one of us is...
You guys probably have a really good Letterman jacket, though.
Oh,
I can picture it.
100.
The fit, as the kids say, is very good from the two of you. I can picture it very clearly.
Sometimes I wore those super baggy sleep pants with heels.
What a look, Elaine.
I thought I was the coolest person in that room. I probably looked real weird, but whatever. Who gives a shit when you're in high school? Everyone's trying too hard and simultaneously trying to look like they're not trying at all. So I'm glad we're past that phase.
Oh, absolutely.
Can we leave math behind us?
Yeah,
then?
absolutely.
Trauma.
That all to say,
yes,
that Oscar, we've been trying to figure out where the heck he's gone missing. What has gone wrong? He has been so consistent, so frankly dominant over this season, with the exception of a few Lando super high peaks. Oscar has been the more consistent and the faster driver, and yet in the last 4 weekends, he's lost the championship lead and has gone missing in a lot of ways. And so since we've had 2 packed race weekends to unpack, we haven't had time to speculate on why, where, how, in what world has this happened?
Well, it is interesting to me because there seems to be sort of a drop off right after Lando had that big win, and Piastri, as everyone is upset about, had that poorly timed pit stop, which happens to literally every driver on the grid. I think he probably did lose a little bit of confidence, which I have heard him say in his interviews before. He needs to get the confidence back. He doesn't understand really where the misdirection disconnect is. But I don't think we've seen the end of his dominance this season.
Oh, interesting.
I do think he's going to find a way to come back. I don't want him to. I would prefer for Lando to keep going with this, because it seems like he's literally found it finally, and he's grabbing it by the balls and squeezing it until the balls belong to him.
Okay, I was wondering where that sentence went.
I didn't quite know. I started it.
We
and then...
saw, again, another reason to watch on video, because I can see Elaine calculating.
Squeezing.
Where
How can I go with
end?
this? I don't want them to completely pop out.
I was thinking pop, and I was like, that seems like not the trajectory that you want.
I don't want him to like bust anyone's balls. I just want him to like take the balls that he's found and squeeze them to his chest to the end of the race.
Okay.
Until the end. Yet
Lando,
another reason.
You got it. This is the way you win a championship, according to Elaine. There's a lot of balls involved.
So many balls. Rachel's reactions also, I will say, to my shenanigans that come out of my mouth are very entertaining.
Well, I'm very interested in the fact that you think Oscar is going to come back. You think he's going to win the championship.
No, I don't think he's going to win. But
Important distinction.
Yes, I think that he will find his footing again. I don't think this is something that he's completely dropped off. We should expect P5 and 6 for him for the rest of the season. I think, and for the record, how many races do we have left?
4.
That's it.
I'm like both, again, bated breath because Oscar coming back, Lando having momentum, Max not losing momentum. That has got us in the most exciting three-way fight we could probably think of. The fact that this season has been kind of a really exciting beginning, bit of a sleeper in the middle.
Yeah.
And now it's just been this slow burn for this delicious end. It couldn't be any better poised.
No, this is the best fight I think I could have asked for if it wasn't the battle between Hamilton and Max Verstappen. This is what I wanted.
Well, a moment for Max. In Mexico, we talked about the penalties that came out of Max and Lewis, but we really didn't talk about the emotional temperature of the battling. It is hilarious to see Max not calm down, but 90% of the time be a little more even-handed when he makes overtakes and is battling with other drivers until he meets Lewis Hamilton on track. And then the two of them lose any and all propriety just throw everything they have at each other. And then
it's a war flashback.
It's a war flashback.
For them, they're right back in that time. It's 2021. They are all out, dukes up. But I do think Max is so much smarter now. He has gained so much knowledge. His testosterone has lowered slightly. He's found a girlfriend. He has a baby.
Wait, was he dating Kelly in 2021 or not?
I think they had just sort of started dating. They had started talking. But mainly, I really just think his hormones have like calmed down slightly. And
maturity.
Yes, he has matured on track. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. And the maturity shows. Every time he battles someone, he's not going to give an inch. However, he probably won't push you off the track and then run over your helmet like he did with Hamilton.
Well, he's tried to do that to George this very season.
Well, George deserved it.
Hot take.
No shade.
Well, to the point that he's matured and he's learned a lot of things. I think that is Max's strongest weapon in this championship fight, and that Oscar and Lando, obviously, have not really properly been in a championship fight before.
Yes.
And so Oscar or Lando very easily could miss a step in the next 4 weekends and crumble. I cannot picture Max ever crumbling. Like, that's just not...
I think I've only seen it happen really once on track. He sort of crumbled from the back, but I don't think it's going to happen again.
In Britain this year.
I believe it was.
I feel like it was that spin under the safety car. He did. You're right. That's a good point.
Yeah.
He lost his ever-loving mind for
did.
a moment.
Yeah.
But I feel like it was so shocking to see that and so memorable that we can pull that from our brain because that is so rare for him.
It was completely out of his character.
Absolutely. So while he is definitely coming out of Mexico in a less opportunistic, fortunate position in the championship, we cannot count him out.
I love to hear you say that. Just to hear you admit that he has a sliver of a chance. Like, I don't give a shit if he loses by 5 fucking points. Like,
you don't?
I mean, I do.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you. Whoa.
Hold on.
Yes,
Fact check.
I do. But I just want him to fight.
Yeah.
Which he is. He's a fighter. And that's why I love him.
Yeah. Well, something that Lando has absolutely grown in himself is his mentality. We've spent so much of our podcast history talking about Lando's mentality.
Yes.
And I think in the last 6 races or so, we've seen a rather decided change in how he handles post-race interviews, specifically when something goes poorly.
Yeah.
It does not seem to crumble or unspool the confidence that he has when something goes wrong. He almost is seeing it, acknowledging it, and saying, okay, moving on.
Yeah, it's almost the same, the hormones. And we know this. This is biology, science. This is not speculation. This is, as you mature, as you get older, as a human being, your hormones mature as well. Your brain develops. Your brain is not fully formed, developed until you're around 26, I believe. So, like, literally, these children are completely fucking hormone fueled, testosterone fueled in these cars, raw, high pressure environment. And that's, I think, why we see such an interesting change throughout their development as they grow up and how that corresponds with their driving on track. And
Definitely.
Interviewing.
Yes. Oh, yeah, definitely. How you handle yourself in front of a camera is a challenge for all humans, all adults.
Agreed.
And I think that's another reason that I really am enjoying this trend towards longer careers is we get to see that play out on a longer runway.
Yeah.
And so this is coming at a great time for Lando.
Yeah.
Because he does have the momentum. And while it's only a 1-point lead, it really helps to be the person ahead. That seems like a dumb thing to say. But like there's a lot of talk in the commentators about like hunter or hunted, which is better. And I mean, I think hunted. You're in the front.
Yeah.
Duh. You've done it. You're leading. You're leading.
Can that be the title of our episode? Duh.
Well, somehow we've really drifted into math and chemistry and science. We're really hitting the subjects today.
I really, honestly, though, now that we're away from it, I appreciate that you brought it because it's interesting. Whether you want to look at it from an emotional, a physical, a data-driven scenario or side, it's all interesting.
Oh, this is a fascinating fight.
Yeah.
This is one of those things that I've been thinking about so much that it was difficult to kind of compile my thoughts on it. And I think it's not just us who've been dwelling on this all season.
Rachel said, did you see my outline? I put a lot of things in my outline.
Too many things in the outline.
I did not look at the outline. I'm here for
This has been
the gossip and snacks.
a character study in us, in our friendship. I will say I did not intend to bring the math out front. So kudos to all of you who are like, great math. We're tracking. We're ready.
Yeah.
Math aside, momentum is such a weird but important thing. And confidence, both of those things play so intimately into your performance as an athlete. Nico Rosberg famously recruited basically every person to help him on physical and mental and sleep and every way that he could maximize his inner life.
Yeah.
He did. And I'm curious if Lando has been pursuing some of that.
Yeah.
I know that he and George and frankly Ollie Behrman as well, a lot of them are much more open about where their mental health is. And so I think when you're aware and that is something that you know is a factor for you, then you're much more likely to attend to it in a really healthy way.
Yeah.
And so I'm curious if Lando has been working with like some kind of performance coach mentally. They of course have driving coaches, performance coaches, but I'm curious if that's had a part to play in this very mature shift that he has had that has brought him excellent results.
Yes.
Now, we've also been through a couple of tracks that do play to his strengths rather than Oscar's driving style strengths.
Yeah. Yep.
So that is a big thing for him. And what I'm very curious is if he can keep this momentum, because I have come to the decision that I think Lando's strengths are, I think he's a faster driver than Oscar overall. However, he has peaks and valleys.
Yes.
When he is at his high, it is so high.
Yeah.
But when he misses, it can go unraveling. It just can fall to pieces. That's a theme here.
This is why I love him, though. This is the rawness of humanity. This is why I struggle with Oscar.
Because I feel like Oscar is the more consistent,
Yes.
average, faster driver. But I think the things he also has to his toolbox strength is I do think he is a better wheel-to-wheel racer than Lando.
Okay, but so just based on what you've described, who would you rather watch? If it wasn't remove Oscar and Lando from the equation, a driver that has super high highs and occasionally unravels, and then you watch him try to mentally get it back together, or the most consistent?
Well, when you take only those two details, of course, the Lando version.
Interesting.
However, I really enjoy wheel-to-wheel battling, and I don't necessarily need it to be wheel banging. I don't need it to be catastrophic. I really enjoy seeing...
I want that.
Yes. Chaos! I really enjoy I think about it similar to partnering in dance a lot, that you are trusting this momentum and this sheer force of athleticism, and for them, the element of literal speed. And engine power, you're trusting that with another person.
Yeah.
And so there is a melding of thought processes in a weird way. I'm making it too artistic and esoteric. But you do have to really attune to what the other driver, or in our scenario, dancer, is thinking and where they're going to shift their weight, where they're going to place their car.
Oh my God.
And so I really enjoy that from Oscar.
I love this. As you're talking about this, what I'm also thinking about, if we're going to bring it back to dance, which is why we did this podcast in the first place, we dance with a lovely friend of the podcast, Konami, and she is so consistent. This is the thing I love about her. If you give her 3 turns and then coupe jeté, she can do it consistently every single time. To me, that's more exciting to watch. I have peaks and valleys, and I was talking with our director, actually. She's choreographing a solo on me, and I was like, sometimes I struggle in the middle to really dig deep because I'm overthinking and I'm thinking about how the movement should go together rather than letting the expression take over. And so I don't always hit that consistent performance until I'm on the stage. In that case, I bring literally everything I have in my body out. It's a little bit of a disservice for people who want to work with you because they want to know that you can do that. And if you're not consistent, they have to be able to trust you that you can pull it out. So that involves a level of trust for the driver.
Yeah.
And I think McLaren obviously has that trust in Lando. Even
Absolutely.
though he's inconsistent, they know he can pull it out.
Yeah.
And I think that helps. If they're not giving him the trust, Red Bull second seat, motherfuckers, then you end up with a situation where it's precarious and you don't feel loved. Oh, can I take a quick sidebar?
Absolutely.
Colapinto, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yes, he was signed for 2026.
Are you joking?
No.
Officially?
Fact check.
Fact check. I didn't really get on Instagram this morning because I was like, you could look at the sky instead of the internet. And did I miss a massive signing?
Elevator music.
Drum roll. Oh. Was this a fake? Was this one of those slightly reputable?
Let me tell you who my reputable, slightly not reputable source was. Ty. Oh. And now that
The group chat is not...
It's not gospel. Okay, all right. Understood. Hand my ass to me. Reports declare that his 2026 deal is done, but it is not confirmed.
Which, frankly, I think in a week's time, this will be gospel. I think they really have been given no choice by his performance but to sign him because he's been kind of on par with Pierre, a little bit beating him in the last couple
100%.
weekends.
That car is awful. They're going to be at the back of the grid next year.
Well, and
what can you do?
Aaron was he was one of the 9 rookies in FP1 in Mexico. And Paul Aaron did a good job. He did a good job. It is difficult to put a gigantic stamp in an FP1 because you can't bend the car.
Right.
And you have to follow their run plan. And so they're not giving you okay, here's your qualifying lap.
Yeah, see what you can do.
It's very much a controlled, see how you fit into this, still be fast, but fit into our plan. And so it's difficult to distinguish yourself. Paul Aaron did good. He did not blow anyone out of the water, which he kind of needed to do to get Colapinto's seat.
Yes.
So while we are baited by the internet, I do think Colapinto will be signed.
Shame on me.
Back to our championship contenders. No. We all get... There's a couple out there that they love to say, breaking. and
well,
they get you.
Also, I mean, how long is this season dragging on with no driver news? I mean, we expect any minute there might be some V-carb news. That, like,
they say
for
they're
real.
going to decide on it, or that the team has decided post-Mexico, and that there will be news to the public before the end of the season. So I don't know. We could spend a whole other podcast talking about who deserves those seats.
Blue balls. I have blue balls. Like, just end it, please. For the love of God.
Okay.
Balls.
We were at, balls, science, math. Got it.
Yes.
Here we are. If Lando had signed with another team
Yes.
at the beginning, he's never been with any other team other than McLaren, do you think he would have developed into the driver that he is?
Oh, that's a really tough question because I think that Toto Wolff probably could have mentored him in a nice way, in a effective way. I'm glad he didn't go to Red Bull.
Absolutely. Yeah. Lando is exactly the kind of driver that Red Bull would destroy.
Yep.
Because you need someone who is impervious to
Oh, yeah.
any kind of critical or like mess ups publicly. You need to be a suit of armor
Yes.
as opposed to a open human who has nuance.
And emotions and feelings.
Although I suppose I will give Red Bull the credit that I think that this is becoming an outdated, or at least on its way to becoming an outdated necessity to be a part of their team. There are still, of course, many people from the old regime, but I think that Mekhi is showing a lot of progress in ways that bring me closer to potentially being a fan of the team. Previously, I was like, nope, I love the drivers. I will
Yeah.
not be a Red Bull fan. But Mekhi is making
Shout
of-
out.
yeah.
Laurent.
So I think the reason that I asked that question is you were talking about being nurtured,
Yes.
being supported. And I think Lando has had the perfect scenario for him because McLaren, when he signed with the team, was not a front running car.
Yes.
And so he was able to get that like Williams to Mercedes jump that Mercedes drivers do, but within a team that he's had the consistency of that same team the entire time.
Yes.
And I think that Lando would not have developed into the same driver at any other team because I think the Zach Brown-Lando relationship has been absolutely integral into Lando growing into who he is.
Well, that's interesting you say that too, because you have expressed to me how much you dislike Zach Brown.
Yeah, not a fan. Not a fan. Period. I can't necessarily even put my finger on, yes, shady palm tree, on exactly why. It's just a vibe.
Yeah.
And someone recently said to me, is it because he's American? And I was like, well, maybe.
Maybe. Is he an American white male?
But
we have a little issue with those.
but I think that I should say this point. I don't think the McLaren as a whole is favoring Lando.
Yeah.
The internet can be up in arms about this. I think that there is always implicit bias within a team with any human. Anytime you have any interpersonal relationship, there's going to be some bias.
Wow.
However, I do not think they're like sabotaging Oscar's car, but this brings me to a car difference from Oscar.
I'm going to shut my trap. Okay, I'm here for it.
Well, first, just to, make it really clear for everybody, you don't
Yeah.
think there's any favoritism, right?
No, I don't, but I thought you were waffling. I really thought there was a moment where you did think that there was
I think
favoritism.
that Zach Brown absolutely adores Lando.
Yes.
But I think that Andrea Stella could maybe swing slightly Oscar's side, but I think that Andreas tries to take a very measured, equal view. Despite the fact that I have come down very hard on a lot of McLaren's philosophies, I really like Andrea Stella.
Yeah.
F the niceties, I'm done with all of that BS. However, I really like Andrea Stella.
Yeah.
And I really like both drivers. Something that is fascinating to me is
Give it to me.
the car difference between Lando and Oscar.
Yes.
This is not something that I think, have ever seen in two cars within the same team in Formula One. They're supposed to be the same car. You can have a different setup from weekend to weekend. You can take a different wing angle or something.
Yes.
However, the car is not usually fundamentally different.
And there's his.
Yes. In the first part of the season, Lando was struggling to get the feel of the car.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember this.
Yes. He really likes to feel the car through his hands.
Yes.
Some people feel it through their feet. Some people feel it through their seat. He is very much a handsy man. He was not getting the feel that he needed. Therefore, McLaren, in order to try to bring the car to him, gave him a suspension change that did not get put on Oscar's car. This was not this is for Lando and not for you, Oscar.
Yeah.
Oscar said, I don't feel like I'm as fast as he did not say this, but paraphrasing, it doesn't make the car faster for me.
Yeah.
So this is a change that has remained throughout the entire season between Lando and Oscar's car.
Yeah.
And so when we think about what has gone missing for Oscar, I think we can point to 3 things. Number 1, a little bit of shaken confidence, as we've talked about.
Yes.
Number 2, I think that potentially could be coming home to roost in that the suspension that is on Lando's car is more suited to these tracks. And Oscar is having to change how he's driving because of those track demands. And then finally, we're back to the track. I think these last couple of tracks have been in Lando's wheelhouse and not Oscar's. There was a lot of discussion coming out of Mexico, both from Andrea Stella and the drivers themselves, that the track temperatures and the low grip in Mexico means that the way that Lando to slide a car into a corner was really working. Oscar does not slide. He does not like a little slip and slide. He likes a very controlled, hard-braking move into a corner.
Yes.
And therefore, Oscar was feeling a bit at sea about how to drive that track effectively.
Yes. That makes sense. And so now I'm wondering, this is also a little pre-Brazil chit-chat for you. How do you think he will do at the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pace?
It's named after
Pache?
Carlos Pace. I don't know if it's I don't actually know. He was a Brazilian driver who won.
Autodromo.
There.
At the Autodromo.
Yeah. After Fittipaldi, another name that I struggle to say, he won the first 3 Brazilian Grand Prix.
Amazing.
A little history fact for you.
Oh.
Yeah. That's a great question. I think this will be still a Lando track. I agree with you that I think Oscar will have gotten it back.
Yep.
Because he spoke to the fact that he was learning a lot in Mexico, not really able to put it fully to use in the race because he was in such traffic, but he thought that he had learned some things about how he needed to drive this car at this point in the season.
Yeah, I think also traffic for him that was his challenge. If he had not had traffic, or it had been slightly different traffic in general, I think he probably would have been up there. I mean, they've already won the constructors. They have the fastest cars, period. I think Max is the fastest driver.
I would agree.
If we're going to go driver. But yeah, again, the machinery is not quite there. So maybe we have the 3-way. In Brazil, we have a P1, P2, P3. I'm dying. Last year's Brazil race was bonkers. Oh my gosh. It was rainy. There were all of the colors of the Brazil flag waving on track.
Yeah.
Red, yellow, green.
Double yellow. All
Double
of
yellow.
them. It was absolute
Probably black.
chaos.
Yeah.
It was so exciting.
Did we have a meatball flag?
I don't know.
I don't think we had
a
the
flag.
meatball.
I don't think we did because we made one of our favorite social videos that we've ever made. That's my
That's
favorite
right.
of them.
Yes.
We did all the flags and we did not do a meatball flag. So I'm pretty sure that means there wasn't one
It's a bummer.
because I went through all the sessions and I noted it. I didn't put it in an Excel spreadsheet, but we did make that video. I think I'm worried that Brazil is not going to be as much of a banger this year because usually when we get a banger, the next year is a little more subdued.
Yeah.
Now, that may be me just not getting my hopes up because Brazil is often a banger.
Yeah.
So,
I think Max is going to win.
you think?
Yeah. I'm going to go
I'm
ahead.
shocked.
I'm going to hard pound into that. I'm going to.
Are you?
Yep.
Okay.
Sure am.
Oink, as you say.
Oink, oink. Into Max Verstappen. What do you think? Who are you going to hard pound into, Rachel?
I will not be
Science?
using that verbiage. No, thank you. Good. I am frustratingly still unclear on who I think will win the race. I think if it is wet, it's going to be Max. I think if it is dry, it will be Lando.
Ooh.
That is some gold medal winning fence post sitting.
I love it.
But I think we are just poised for some really, even if the race isn't very good,
Yes.
the fact that we have so much in the balance in the championship automatically is going to heighten the stakes.
Yeah.
Now, I hope the race is great.
Yeah.
But the implications are going to be mind blowing either way.
Exactly. That's a great point. Even if it's not rainy, even if we don't get 10 red flags, this will still be a really good race because we get to watch the three-way battle. Okay. So, last thing before we wrap up, I am curious. I want to know, do you think Yuki is going to stay in the second Red Bull seat? Since we will probably get news on Red Bull v Carbonara, where do you think?
I don't think you will.
Oh my God.
I know. I
You
say this with a heavy
Break
heart.
my heart.
But I don't think that Yuki will be in the Red Bull seat. I would not be shocked if he gets dropped back down to V-Carb. I'd love for him to still be in F1. But I think that Hajar has done... I'm torn because since we've
Hajar-
had this...
Does he even want it?
Well...
Let's be honest.
That's a great question. Because he has to, but also history
he?
has said don't.
I'm good.
But I mean, there's really no position in which he can say no.
That's a good point.
He can't.
If you are offered the promotion, you must take said promotion.
Right. But I'm torn because I'll point back to my fact that I think that Mekhies is making a real systemic change. And so I would love for him to keep that consistency
Yes.
going into 2026.
Yep.
Not make any driver changes because I think Hajar needs more time.
Yes.
And I think Arvid Lindblad needs more time. This is the episode of me not being able to say anyone's last names correctly. Both of them need more time to develop,
Yes.
to have that McLaren glow up.
Yep.
And I just hope that is in the cards, but Red Bull of past absolutely is going to throw that deck of cards out,
Yes.
set it on fire extinguish it, reset it on fire, and then maybe change their mind 2 races in.
And then put the ashes back together.
Yeah. And then say, Phoenix, it gives you wings.
Pour some Red Bull on it. Yeah. Ka! It's risen.
It's risen.
Here's why I think the news that we are going to get is going to be status quo. I don't think we're going to see any driver changes. I think we're going to see Liam and Hajar staying where they are. And I think we're going to see Yuki and Verstappen together next year. And I think it's purely because of Laurent Mekhies. I think that man is trying to single-handedly change the tides, sweep the cobwebs out, get the fucking sage that shit.
Little Palo Santo.
I mean, yes.
Red Bull HQ.
God, the bad vibes must have been so bad. So anyway, and he's worked with all 4 drivers at this point. So he knows what they are capable of. He knows what Yuki is capable of. And I don't think he's going to put that same stupid pressure that has been of past. So those are our predictions for driver signings for the next race.
Yeah.
For the championship battle.
2026. Oh, quick thing.
Yes.
Mercedes, they have their 2026 driver lineup.
Oh, yeah.
We finally know it's
Da, 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 da.
George and Kimmy.
Woo!
Oh my gosh, it's so
What?
crazy.
No more Verstappen. I'm a little sad.
They didn't say anything about 2027.
That's right.
And on that cliffhanger, I have to go to rehearsal.
Rachel's got to run. I'm going to make chili for tonight for dinner.
Yum.
Because that's what we eat.
A little tradition.
Yay. All right. Well, thank you for joining us. Please follow us on all the socials, rate, review, subscribe. Leave us a comment. We would love to hear from you. And let us know what you're going to be for Halloweeny.
Ooh, fun.
Yay. All right. So with that, it's legs out. And away we go. We'll see you next time.